If you want to be insanely powerful right at the very start of the game, you are in the right place. With more than 60 hours of experience, I will be giving you 25 of the most powerful features, unlockables, and equipment that you can take advantage of without the need to fight any major bosses or strong enemies. Get all of these broken items as soon as you step into the world of Pywell and have the absolute best start in the game. And getting your first 500 silver coins will give you a huge head start in the game. This will make sense as you follow this guide, so bear with me for a second. You can only commit crimes in this game if you have the bandit mask, and the fastest way of getting one is buying from the black market merchant Grimrock. His location is just in the outskirts of the town near the livestock black market. And then, after buying the mask, head to the location on the screen right now, and we are heading to the Lion Crest Manor. From the entrance of the manor, head to the right section of the manor so you can access the windows and enter the manor without getting detected. Navigate the first room and head to the main hall of the manor. There are roaming guards in the main hall after the recent patch, so make sure no one is around. Head to the fireplace and make sure that your mask is on and get the gold bar hidden inside it. Next is heading to the location on the screen right now, and once you arrive in the town's local bank, exchange your gold bar for 500 silver coins and you will never be poor again. And of course, without the local blacksmiths in the area, you can't upgrade your earliest broken items in the game, which you will be getting in this guide later on. The location on the screen right now points you to Tornali or the blacksmith in your first town, and this is where you will do some of your early upgrades. You will need ore materials for your upgrades, so the merchant Ret, located just outside Tornali's shop, sells ores that you can buy. Since you already have the money, you can easily do so. Or you can visit the outskirts of town and explore the ore deposits there, which is a lot in that area. Grindstones and Anvils can make your gear even better by just reinforcing it with more stats. As mentioned, you will be getting the most powerful equipment if you follow this guide later on. So imagine what these items can do for you if you use an anvil and grindstones. The earliest grindstone is located just near the smithy's location. After engaging in the grindstone, you can see here that the longsword of the frozen Anguish gets an additional 6 attack points on top of its 25 raw stats. The location on the screen right now offers an anvil for your use. Anvils can reinforce your armor pieces with additional defense. So when you are about to participate in difficult battles, don't forget to strengthen your equipment with these features. Food is your main healing source in this game, and in the early game, cooking a lot of meat will make you unkillable in combat even in the toughest early fights. The location on the screen right now offers a butcher or your main meat provider in your first major town. Since you already have tons of silver to spend, you can buy all of the meat she offers every single day. Then drop all of the meat you just bought on the ground and start grilling it with your focus light. Then you finally have an almost unlimited healing source in combat. Reviving in combat of course helps you overcome tough fights. But the main issue here is that Palmar pills or your main revive items in this game are limited. But did you know that you can easily craft this? I highly suggest heading to the location on the screen right now, just north of the town of Hernan. Enter the long and wide empty space between the rocky formation here, and soon it will lead you to the Shadow's Whisper Cave. Head on your right and check the nearby table with Palmar pills on it, along with its recipe, so you can start making the pills right off the bat. Even if you don't have the required herbs that the recipe requires, you can use animal horns instead as a substitute ingredients. And horns can easily be farmed from hunting animals across the map. And I cannot stress how important stamina is in your day-to-day exploration. And since you are new to the game, your stamina raw stats really sucks. So climbing high places and gliding can be frustrating at times. So using stamina food while climbing or even gliding is a huge game changer, especially when in the middle of traversing or climbing high rocky terrains. Wine and fruit juices are your easiest source of stamina in the early game, and you can even craft wine right at the very start of the game. In the town of Hernan, make sure to find the recipe in the location on the screen right now. The wine recipe is just located on a wooden bench near the entrance. This place also allows you to access a cauldron for your crafting needs. And the wine requires any fruit to craft, so that's an apple in this case. sugar, and water for the raw materials. And you can easily buy all of these materials directly from the grocer or the food merchant in town. So make sure to buy all of his stock every day so you can easily pile up the materials to make wine for yourself. Or what you can do instead is you can also buy wine and fruit juices directly from the inn or tavern in the area. So as early as now, you're already seeing the benefits of the initial 500 silver that I asked you to get at the beginning of this guide. Luckily, you only need to focus on a few upgrades when it comes to the skill tree unlocks to have the best start in the game, and focusing on stamina is highly suggested for the reasons I already mentioned. Your day-to-day activities consist of 70% exploration, so having decent stamina will improve your overall experience by a mile, while making your health upgrades a secondary priority to increase your overall survival rate in combat. While armed combat generally increases the damage of your light attacks, so it is highly suggested. Obviously, upgrading this node compared to the other ones will give you more value in the long time. Forward slash enhances your heavy strike movesets on the other hand, which is of course you will be doing a lot in combat. So aside from the armed combat, this is the one that I will be going for. But if you will ask me if I can only pick one upgrade, I will be unlocking the Blinding Flash finisher as soon as I can. This skill is so broken that it allows you to gap close on your enemies under a bullet time speed after blinding them with your sword light. It then allows you to perform a series of very strong slashes and finishes the combo with the knockback aura. Very effective when dealing with both single and multiple targets. And if you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. Or consider supporting us on Patreon or by becoming a channel member today. And I appreciate your support. The absolute best and earliest equipment is about to come, and all of the upcoming items are the ones you can't miss to be insanely powerful early. The Engraved Gold Earrings gives you 1 defense and level 1 movement speed right off the bat. And of course, the more movement speed you have, the faster your travel time is. You don't really have anything else to wear when you start the game, so all of these upcoming accessories will make a difference. You can find the Engraved Gold Earrings in the Lion Crest Manor, which you've already visited if you are following the guide so far. Again, enter the manor on the right hand section, enter the window, and interact with the strong box near where you came from. I don't really need to guide you on how to solve this puzzle since you just need to align the pictures together and complete the fairy image. Wear your bandit mask and get the box inside it to get the earrings. Although the Oath of Darkness may not seem a lot at first, as mentioned, you really don't have that much of a choice anyway, and this earring adds 2 defense to your build. Get this earring fast in Bluemont Manor in Hernan, still in the same location as we go through. Don't go to the main manor, but instead, head to the smaller structure on the side of the manor, reach the 2nd floor of the building, and enter the private quarters. Access the strongbox, and follow the visual solution on the screen right now to open it and get the earring. But if you are into offensive side of things, you will want to get the finely crafted necklace. This accessory adds 1 attack stat and critical rate level 1 to your build. Get this in the same location, the Bluemont Manor. But this time, head to the main structure in the area, access the side of the manor, and use the windows to sneak inside the building. Access the strong box near where you came from and solve the puzzle minigame. The puzzle solution is on screen right now. Open the box and steal the finely crafted gold necklace. Your first decent necklace in the game is located in Hillside Manor, which is still in the town of Hernan. Facing the manor entrance, climb the walls, and access one of the front windows of the manor. Head to your left and access the private quarters with a strong box in it. As soon as you enter the room, access the strong box and follow the puzzle solution on the screen right now. Unlock the box and get the Saint Necklace as a reward. This necklace adds 5 defense and comes with Vitality ability. What it does is it gives you free emergency stamina upon activation. Very useful when you run out of stamina potions when climbing areas or gliding. While the Tarnished Ring adds attack speed after upgrading it once. Attack speed in this game can make so much difference in a build. But the best thing is, these rings are easy to find as they are just a regular drop from any bandits you come across in the map. So make sure to get at least 2 of them and upgrade them once to have that sweet level 2 attack speed added to your build. We only have 1 good shield available for us in the earliest parts of the game, with good stats and effects. The Shield of Conviction adds 8 defense, damage reduction, and reduces guard stamina cost by 3%. Perfect for those who are planning to do a sword and shield build. Get this shield from the Chapel of Calfade, and you can get to this location from Hernan by heading north, passing the Haunted Hill, all the way through the Deep Fog Basin, and find the church northwest of the basin. Once you arrive at the location, notice that the church tower has a broken window on it. Climb the steep tower and enter the said window, and the shield is waiting for you to be discovered inside a chest. Now the Fallen Kingdom is a whole set of its own, but I only see its value on its chest piece and boots. You will not want the leather armor of the Fallen Kingdom for its raw stats, but because of the 10% silver gain bonus, stamina regen 2%, and swim speed multiplier Abyss gears. So when you unlock the ability to mix and match Abyss gears later on, you will have good pieces to work on. So I am suggesting these pieces as early as now. Find this armor by going far west from Hernan until you reach the Frozen Soul Cave. Once you are in the cave's location, position yourself near the waterfalls. Use your thrust ability to pierce through the waterfall, and inside the cave, open the treasure chest to get the leather armor of the Fallen Kingdom. And don't forget the refined pill placed near the treasure chest as a bonus. The leather helm of the Fallen Kingdom offers a whopping 35% turning slash damage, making your turning slash even more deadly. In case you haven't noticed, the turning slash is one of your hardest hitting attacks in the game, allowing you to one-shot enemies most of the time. Snag this gear and get its sweet Abyss gear by visiting the Sanctum of Benediction, under the huge letter E from the Hernan's map name. When you arrive in the location, and from the entrance, access the staircase leading to the inner section of the Sanctum. Once you reach the upper area, enter the hallway entrance and climb the walls to your left. Access the opening and notice that there's a sealed door on your right. You can open it by lighting up the brazier near the secret door. Head inside the secret door and open the treasure chest to get your sweet Helm of the Fallen Kingdom. Things will go spicier from here as we are going through the best of the best armor sets and weapons you can access in the early game. And the Shadow set is no doubt one of the coolest armors in the game. I believe that exploring the world of Pyrewell needs to be in style, so this armor made it to the list, while offering pretty decent stats as you can see on the screen right now. Notable pieces here are the gloves, which offer stamina regen 2%, and the boots, which gives you 10% skill XP gain. Pretty useful if you want to progress your skill tree much faster. And the cloak that gives its user fire resistance level 7. And just in case you haven't noticed, the headpiece is indeed not accessible in the early game, but I will still show you where to get it later on. Starting with the plate boots of shadows and starting from the town of Hernan, head west by following the series of rivers leading to the borders of the map. It's not really that far, but there are a lot of verticals in that area that will lead you to the icy area of the region. So prepare for a long trekking session. Your goal here is to find the Frostclaw Cave. And once you are in the area pinned on the map, find the entrance of the said cave. Use the thrust ability so you can pierce through the waterfall as usual and access the cave. Find and open the treasure chest containing the plate boots of the shadow and snag the ripe pill as a bonus. And next is the plate gloves of the shadow, which are located not far from the boots location. From the Frostclaw Cave, head southwest and climb the icy mountains of Hernan, and you will eventually reach the Everfrost Cave. The entrance of the cave is a little hard to find at night, so I suggest trekking in broad daylight. Enter the cave and follow the straightforward tunnel that will lead you to the treasure chest where the gloves sleep. And as usual, don't forget the ripe Palmar pills in here for your revive needs. The Cloak of the Shadows can be found in the northern area of your current location. Use the huge Hernan map name as a landmark and use the Icemore Ruins as a starter location. Head north from the Icemore Ruins, and eventually you will reach the Hohenmark Ruins. After arriving in the area, notice a tall structure with preserved flat surfaces. Find a high location so you can glide over it, or you can just manually climb the structure. On top of the said structure, there's a stone trapdoor that you can access by crouching and using your force bomb technique. And then you will land in a secret room with the chest containing the Cloak of Shadows. I mentioned that the Hohenmark Ruins is also the location of the Helm of Shadow. Notice the platform that I am looking right now, and the key boss that drops the helm will spawn in this location after completing chapter 6, so note this location. The last thing that we need to do here is to get the armor of the shadows, and we can find the next piece in Everfrost Watchtower, just north of Hohenmark Ruins where we obtained the cloak. Everfrost Watchtower is running with bandits, but you don't really need to engage in any fight. Approaching the location from the mountains and while facing the huge tower, jump onto the lower parts of the area. You will soon find a brazier that needs to be lit up. Do so and the iron spikes blocking the entrance in front of you will be deactivated. Open the treasure chest to receive your sweet chest piece of the shadow. But what if you want a better set that also looks badass, like the previous one but even better? The Frostcursed Armor Set is hands down the best armor set that you can get as soon as you start the game, which I find crazy. All parts of this set offers crazily good stats and abyss gears combined, and I am showing all of them on the screen right now. It is a complete beast of its own, so if you want the best stats right at the very start of the game, you can only focus on this armor set. But the banger is, you will never be annoyed when exploring icy regions ever again, since this armor set will give you complete ice resistance. And we will be getting the Frostcursed Helm for starters. From the town of Hernand, head northeast all the way through the Deminis region. Prepare for a long journey, but the good thing is, there are no high mountains to climb. The location pinpointed on the screen right now hosts a ruins that you can explore. Facing the huge ruined archway, find the secret entrance covered with vines and use your focus light technique to burn the said obstacle. And inside the secret room, loot the chest to get the sweet Frostcursed Helm. The Sanctum of Expiation is our next stop to get the Cloak of the Armor. If you just got the Helm, the location of the Sanctum is just right around the corner. But before going there, make sure to activate the Abyss Nexus near your location, and this will make sense in a minute. If you go here as early as chapters 1 and 2, there will be no enemies guarding the area. Once you are in the location, proceed to the ruins and notice that there's another entrance on your left with large vines on it when facing the large hole in front of you. Use your focus light to burn the said vines so you can get inside the mini hole. You will be in a long drainage space and head to your right when the path splits into two. At the end of this path lies the treasure chest containing the Frostcursed Cloak. Get your sweet reward and make sure to fast travel back to a nearby nexus that I asked you to activate, since there are spikes that will try to lock you in the area. From the Abyss Nexus where you teleported into, the location of the gloves can be found in the Lunar Spirit Grotto, which is another waterfall secret area. Once you are in the location, pierce through the waterfall as usual with your stab ability. At the end of this cave, open the treasure chest that has the Frostcursed gloves. And don't forget to pick up the other goodies around the chest before heading out. And the next stop is the Well of Tragedy Grotto, which can be found by following the same river you are in when getting the gloves. Pierce through the waterfall with your usual stab ability and get the Frostcursed boots at the end of the cave. And also make sure to grab the right Palmar pills before going out. While the Frostcursed plate armor can be found in another waterfall secret area. And the Mistshard Cave is located just northeast of where you obtained the plate boots. Head to the location and pierce through the waterfall as usual and destroy the ore deposits blocking your way. And you can do this by using your Force Palm. Get the treasure chest to finally complete the set of the Frostcursed armor and get the right Palmar pill as a bonus. There are a ton of early weapons you can get right at the very start of the game. And as always, I've ensured and selected the best of the best for you to save time. The Survivor Solitude is a one-handed sword that will allow you to try dual wielding as soon as possible, especially if you are into this playstyle. This sword offers 15 raw attack stat, level 1 critical rate, and attack speed, which is pretty sick given you can dual wield the sword. Find this sword easily by tracking the Death's Grip Cave, which is another waterfall cave as usual. From the town of Hernand, you can find our next destination by heading west. If you are following the guide so far, the next location is near where you got the plate boots and gloves of the Shadows armor. So if you activated any nexus around the area, just fast travel there to avoid the hassle. South of the letter H in the Hernand map name, that is where the Death's Grip Cave is located. Once you are in the area, pierce through the waterfall and open the chest to get the Survivor's Solitude. Equip the sword and enjoy a dual wielding playstyle. For the katana fans out there like myself, the Hwando katana is a perfect fit for you. Not just this sword looks badass, but it offers great stats and abyss gears as well. This katana offers 19 attack to start with and is slotted with a whopping 5 abyss gear slots. Comes with critical rate 1, stamina siphon level 1, and attack as well for its abyss gears. But what crazy about this weapon is, it is the earliest OP weapon you can get in the town of Hernan. And yes, you heard that right. If you are following the guide so far, you already know where to find the bandit mask, but you will also need 2 keys, so head to Grimrock's location, which I am showing again on the screen right now. Buy 2 keys from Grimrock and head back to the location of the Lioncrest Manor. Notice the nearby building besides the main manor. Enter the building from one of its windows to access the second floor of the building. Enter the storage room located on the second floor and use the key to open the chest and get the awesome Hwando katana. The Vow of the Dead King is hands down one of the top weapons you can get early. And if you are a spear enjoyer, the more reason you might want to get your hands on this weapon. And if you haven't noticed, this is part of the Shadows armor set and it does look very neatly designed. The spear offers 20 raw attack stat after upgrading it twice. Comes with level 3 critical rate, 4% damage boost against humanoids, walkers, and mighty foes. Find this awesome weapon by using the huge Palon map name as a landmark. Near the huge letter A is the location that you want to be in, near the Wayward Woods. Once you are in the area, head to the inner section of the ruins by gliding on it or on foot. There are bandits in this area, but you really don't need to fight them, so skip all of them and find the entrance that will allow you to access the inner section of the ruins filled with basic traps to avoid. Like for example here, the spikes on the ground that can easily be avoided by just climbing the walls around you to get across. And you need to do this twice. Follow the straightforward hallway, and soon you will need to jump and glide to get across a wide sinkhole. Proceed to the hallway and make sure to dodge the flame traps shooting from the walls. The next area will be filled with enemies, but you don't really need to fight them. Find the open cell door and light the nearby brazier to open up the iron spikes blocking the entrance of the room where you will get the spear. Grab the spear and head back to town and upgrade it to have more firepower. Another longsword is entering the spotlight, and the Frozen Anguish Longsword is one of the top 3 weapons of the early game. And not to mention how insane the design of this weapon is, but it is also packed with insane stats for you to take advantage of. The Frozen Anguish offers a whopping 25 raw attack, stamina siphon level 1, attack, and attack speed level 1. So if you use this weapon with at least 2 Tarnished Rings, you will have level 3 attack speed right at the very start of the game. Find this eye-whopping weapon by heading into the Spire of Frost. If you are following the guide so far, the Spire of Frost is very near Mistshard Cave, where you got the chest piece of the Frostcursed Armor. If you are traveling all the way from the town of Hernan, head to the northeast section of the map, entering through the Demonist territory, all the way through the Deadfire Mountains, and finally the Spire of Frost. Once you are in the location, there are a lot of bandits and floating enemies in the area, but you don't really need to fight any of them, so skip any bandit camp and access the tower premise, and head to the entrance of this eye-whopping structure. Notice that the brazier near the entrance is frozen, so what you need to do here is hit the brazier with your force palm technique or use a turning slash to break the ice covering it. Then light the brazier and the entrance of the tower will be open. Head inside the tower and find the spiral staircase, and behind it is a treasure box that contains the Frozen Anguish. Equip this sword and enjoy role-playing as a Lich King. And I firmly believe that the Darkbringer Longsword is the best weapon a player can have in the early game. This sword will allow the user to summon damaging orbs when performing heavy attacks, which is very effective when dealing with multiple targets. The Darkbringer sword can be used to make a lot of insane builds in the game surrounding bonus AoE damaging attacks. It offers 22 raw attack stat, level 3 critical rate, and level 1 attack speed, perfect for nuking enemies. Getting this sword is rather easy, but it requires a little bit of patience since it is located way up north in the Palon region and resting near the Five Finger Mountain. It will be a long journey for sure, and if you have an existing Abyss Nexus or checkpoints to lessen the travel time, make sure to take advantage of that. Upon arriving in the location and from the Abyss Nexus, head straight until you find the corpse of a giant. Approach the jaw of the giant and get the Darkbringer stuck on its mouth. equip the sword, and you are now truly overpowered for the rest of the game. But what if you want to know the best beginner tips to be even more overpowered? This video will teach you everything you need to know, so click on it and I will catch you on the next one.